Hello, intellectual, leave a feedback on Digital Fairness Act to stop corporations from destroying games. Link in the description. This time we're playing as Rex, whoever that is, and we've got a third level to play through.
They're loading them into those containers.
Drive back and tell Karina I'm gonna need some backup.
Out of range as usual. Ah shit. There are also counters here in the game if you're first waste them a little bit so that they start flashing red, and then when they got the thing, you can counter them with the grab button.
These aren't gonna pack themselves.
Oh no, they're packing toys. Now what? Where am I? Oh, there I am. I did not catch up to that. Right, so what's going on in the world? In the world, I've learned that, for instance, first off, you might have heard that there's this game called Assassin's Creed, and the latest, one of the latest, I don't really know, probably the latest installments have you play as an assassin in Japan, and it's the story of Yasuke, who's black and in Japan, and also the story, the game has two protagonists. One of it is Japanese because it's in Japan, and second is the black guy, the massive giant fucking black guy. And supposedly, actually, I've learned, supposedly, maybe I haven't learned, supposedly that guy is an actual dude, and he had an actual story. There was a Yasuke who was a black ninja or black samurai. And one of the things is that his story was... Can I just download? Yeah. No problem, man. Oh, and he's also sleeping. Funny. That'll make it easier for us. Yeah. And that wasn't necessary, that's fine. So we could have just used the ladder, but that's for weak people. Yeah, Yasuke is a real character, apparently, real person, or at least there's a real story about him, supposedly, and it's not just that.
Who the hell is that?
Don't worry about it. And it's not that. It's just. Oh, I don't really need that. There's something here too. What have I picked up? Oh, a fish. I see. Drive. As usual. What a dramatic lighting here in the scene this time. There we go. And also ground shot. And it's not that the game Assassin's Creed is bad because of... Oh shit. Just straight up. Now if I'll be able to go back. Fuck. I'll be able to pick up the bottle, but I probably won't be able to go back. Maybe one of them will drop it. He had an actual story, and it's not that the game is bad because there's a black guy in a Japanese game about Japan. Well, it's not a Japanese game. In a game about Japan, it's that his story is actual, but they misrepresented it, and it's bad, and it made Japan look bad, so Japan doesn't like them. On top of all the missed iconography and shit, and the general idea that came across, or I thought up, that a Japan game should have a protagonist focused on Japanese people instead of on the black people, as if there isn't enough places to put a game about black people in, and instead you have to take the spot away from the Japan for our token black guys. So that's one thing that I've learned. Second, you might have heard there's a little bit of a drama going on where a certain YouTuber called himself, or more like called himself an engineer, and it turns out that he wasn't really. And calling yourself an engineer is a protected there you go, chain react. Sure, was that necessary? I can now stay up. Would there be a boss that I could crush with this? Yes, well, it's not a boss. He called himself an engineer, but it's a protected title that not everyone can just use where he's from, so that's basically illegal. It's sort of like when all those snake oil salesmen call themselves doctor, even though they're of course not, but a doctor sounds important. Okay, sure. Get the gold, I want the gold. Who wouldn't? Oh, there's a guy. I knew that there would be a side guy. A mini boss, that's what it is. And this guy goes down too, of course. We don't really need to stay up. But will we? There's some gold though. That's the reason to go. Oh, now I see. Can I stay down? Maybe, but I want to see what's in the other container in this case. Give it a moment to rise up so we've got a greater run-up or something. Or more airtime maybe. Well, I guess there wasn't anything because we're gonna end up down below. And doing something or other. Climbing the ladder, that's what we're gonna be doing. And no, there's no going in the container. So what's all the way down below? Booze, yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, snake oil salesman, calling themselves doctors because it's a scientific title for one thing. It's a medicine title that supposedly means that you would... Oh. How do I then... Okay, that's fine. I don't know if I had that pickup. What is it? Collectible. But that's fine, it doesn't matter much. If I didn't, then now I do. I was missing one, and I wasn't really planning on going through.
On my signal. Squash.
Do I just jump on? How do I deal with all this? Oh, I just hit the cab. Oh, it hits me back too. Well, not necessarily, not exactly. Can I jump on the boat? No. That's a silly encounter, seems like. Okay, 5 hits. Other guys. Shit. Thanks for the help, operator. It's like in Matrix. And we get squashed this time. Not like these. Not like this. No, the health of the crane is not going down because I'm hitting goons. So we're gonna have to deal with this somehow, I guess. It's not that the red barrels here are actually explosive, otherwise they would have blown up already. Since I was shooting this way. There we go. Just do that before it crushes us. So I guess that's the boss fight. Okay, I can't block any direction. That is to say, I have to face the guy. That's one thing to keep in mind. Shit. It's getting worse. Is this the mid-game, mid-level mini-boss? Cool thing that the guy didn't get comboed into all that shit. And there we go. And also, oh, all the way in the beginning of the game. That's fine. I wasn't doing anything. And of course, Doctor is a job of a public trust, so that makes you seem like double the important guy. Right. Oh yeah, also I've mentioned that in the description of the first episode, where the people that stopped the bus at the beginning of the game are some scrawny ass fucking people that only feel bravery, only get guts and balls because of them holding rifles, and then they go into the bus and see Shank, this buff-ass dude, drinking on top of that, and tries to stir up shit with him. Silly people. Right. Other thing is, I remember there's an application for people, specifically for women, to talk about their bad experiences. I didn't even use my mind. For women to exchange information about men and their poor experiences with them. Sort of a reverse of a dating app. I mean, it's slightly reasonable, right? You want to know whether something might happen to you, considering that you're physically less imposing sex around here. So it's not unreasonable to let women have a safe space for exchanging information. However, one thing is, why would they need an app for that? How come they don't just aggregate on Facebook groups? Fuck. On Facebook groups or groups of everything else. To just... Yeah, I knew that will happen. Fuck. Like, there are already spaces for them to do it privately and safely, somewhat. Not like just this app would make it so that men cannot make a fake account to sort of infiltrate it. I wouldn't say. Okay, that's what I wanted. It's a controller now. The mouse is not coming into play, so it doesn't direct my guy the way the cursor is positioned on the screen. And yet I have to struggle with this, where I'm specifically pushing the stick right, and yet he's countering or grabbing to the left. Weird ass. Yeah, so they've got groups. There are groups everywhere. You can have groups all over the place for all kinds of things. Kicks, Discords, Teams, Facebooks, WhatsApps.
No one will ever know to look in these.
Facebook most of all, since you can just, you know, not so much be anonymous maybe, but it's widely accessible and searchable. Can I just know? So that's one thing about it. I don't know how it found success when being able to group up to talk about things mostly privately. It wasn't impossible up until now. Second, a joke being that someone hacked it and data leaked. That's not cool, not for the users. And third, they also leaked not only the data of the users, but also their chats. And other than that, the issue with the app is that there's hardly anything really stopping anyone from spreading not so much misinformation as accusing men of all kinds of things baselessly. And we all know how easy it is to destroy a man's life and reputation with false accusation of rape or something or another. And now it's not even put up to a court. It's just put up to a court of public opinions with that app, where other women can complain about men and ruin their lives on their dating scenes. So yeah, you might think that the app was attacked specifically by some disenfranchised men to leak these things and see what's going on actually. However, on the other hand, I also saw recently that there's an app that does that for men now. And if it's true that it was the app was hacked by women, no, the app for women was hacked by men because they were not liking the fact that someone is talking about them behind their back and possibly spreading misinformation and being destroying reputations and lives. How am I supposed to deal with this? This is ridiculous. I can't just stand there and blast shotgun. That's suboptimal. Was time one of the scoring scoring categories? I guess since I have no better idea, do I just deal with the NPCs now until they stop coming? Or is this now a constant threat? Oh, I guess this is a stick drift issue, because I felt it right now. Where I'm trying to go right, but it throws me left anyway. Bang. Thank you, ma'am. So I guess we get, no, that was the time, allotted time of peace and calm. Right. No. And yes, back to the app. If it's such that fuck. Oh, amazing. If it's the matter that some guy hacked the app to spite women, is the app for men, the version for men of the app, is it gonna be hacked by some lead hacker woman this time? And is it gonna be done because there are women hackers who are capable of doing that and see the reason for the cause? Or is it that there are no women hackers who are good enough to hack it? I don't know who hacked the original, but under the assumption, under my silly sexist assumption that it was done by a man, maybe it could be done under the same principle by a woman. I'm curious to see. How do I deal with that fucking crane? That's ridiculous. Another interesting thing that I've heard recently is the fact that people, at least Americans I guess, since all the news that come towards me are sort of American-centric, people are cutting that... Oh, do I have to... Can I... Hold on. No, that does not kill me. But there is no pickup here, I see. People, at least Americans, are cutting back on snacks. They're not buying snacks anymore. This is new, and you know, first off, inflation, right? Everything is expensive. People are having harder time just surviving. Shit. So one of the things that people would give up on would be snacks, which is sort of silly considering shit. Why aren't you giving me the... Whatever, I'll just kill you with the grabs. Why would people cut down on snacking? It's, like I said, it's American, so they have a large obesity problem. So stopping eating is not something that they would be doing, right? That would require too much willpower and conviction. I wouldn't put that. I wouldn't say that they're capable of that. It's one thing. That's not what I wanted, but that's fine. As long as he doesn't hit me, I'm still winning. Up, all the way up, there we go. Is this guy alive? Yes, he is actually. Cool. Very sensible what's going on right now. Fortunately, counter does kind of give us invisibility, invincibility frames, alright. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's totally what I wanted. That's going worse than before, and it would be better for me if I restarted the whole level, so my deaths are not taken into account. But it's fine, that's not what I'm here for. And also, one way or another, apparently, since it's actually happening, looks like all that shrinkflation that the companies were serving us finally caught up to the dipshits, to the companies, instead of always just being an issue for the customer. By that I mean that you know what shrinkflation is. They offer less product for the same price, meaning you're still paying more for the product, but you're now getting less for it for the same price. So apparently people now got on to what's going on finally, and that caught up to the companies. That's fine. They're either lower the prices, or people will be healthier because they eat less. However, I don't believe that. Like I said, what Americans seem to be doing is they still have the obesity problem. They're not gonna stop snacking, even though they seem to have. The joke is that I think they stopped snacking. However, they continue to eat cheap, plentiful fast food. I'm about to die. Instead of snacking, they just spent all that money on fast food. So it's not that they are cutting down on food, they're just cutting down on snack products. I mean, that seemed like I think that's a right way of thinking about it. Fuck off. Cause you'd hear, or at least I did, where people meet up on a gathering, and it's not that they go for a bag of chips or this and that. No, they just order pizza, and that's a whole ass meal, isn't it? So there's that. Also, on Twitter I saw that I think Bill Gates puts his money into research on, lowering the effects of man-made climate change. So they've got an idea to get some carbon, apparently out of the air, I guess. That would be the premise. So let's say it's not a premise. I saw that Bill Gates is putting money into making margarine out of carbon. As if that's not already happening. We already have margarine on the market. We already know how it works. It's already being butter flavored. We're already using... It's already an alternative for vegans, where it doesn't require milk and animal solids and fats to produce. I have only one mine and I can't use it. Shh. Why would this be happening? I can't jump on the boat. That doesn't help with anything. This can't be the solution to this. There's already a whole episode behind us. I can't just stand here shooting at the fucking crane. That's ridiculous. With how late it is, I guess I'm gonna end eventually, soon enough for today. Just look up the solution and come back here next time. It's not a matter of me putting a mine on the boat either, because that's not how it works. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that tech bros reinvented margarine now. We already had a oil-based, crude oil-based vegan alternative to butter. And now it's a fucking shocking, stunning fucking idea that... Like, why would they do that? Why would they do that? That's why I think it's some sort of a environmental action taken. Because why else would you do that? We already have margarine. Now you're trying to extract carbon dioxide and essentially react it and chain it with hydrogen and other substances to create margarine. Shit. No, right. Is it? I think it is. No, it is not made out of crude oil. In production of margarine, hexane is used, and that might be a protocol for refining of crude oil. But margarine is not made out of fractioning products. One of the ways margarine is made is by just hydrogenizing plant oils plant fats and closing down those open, those unsaturated carbon-to-carbon bonds in the fatty acid chain. Fuck off already, let me shoot the fucking cab, since that's the point of this place. Even if I deal with this boat, it's not gonna be fun to do it again for the next episode. Oh, I've survived that. I-frames saved me there. Not positioning. Oh, fun gameplay. Very glad I'm playing this right now. And I'm dead. Right. And just for a send-off, I've been in places recently, and let me tell you this much. I understand that you might want to have a panel and an open discussion, and you invite pretty much whomever, and that discussion then takes place because who we really want to talk with is in the minority, apparently in the minority of the audience of the show. But first off, now you've got a bunch of people who want to have their voices heard, and questions asked is one thing. So it's hard to have any one individual strain of discussion, a dialogue tree, finished. It's also, the other thing is also, fuck. The other thing is that it's not comfortable for the actual opposition to discuss 3 people at once. That's sort of 3 versus 1, and also that's on their side it's Geshgalop, because multiple people have multiple different questions to try to get answers to, and he has to, or they have to keep in mind to first off answer, and also if they won't decide, the other side can be accused of Geshgalop. And finally, this button.
Thank you, Shank. Thank you.
And the second thing is that often the moderation takes a back seat to the situation. The idea behind the show is that you might just let people talk it out however they want, and you're not gonna really stop anyone from saying anything other than, you know, something illegal, I guess. But that ends up in a situation where there is no goal to this discussion. There is no hard cutoff point where you know the discussion is over. Fuck, as usual. Just don't fucking get up. Don't fucking get up. Don't glow. Don't have fucking attacks. Stop getting me mad. Stop tricking me that you're gonna do something and you're not doing it. Okay. I'd rather, instead of this being a grab, I'd rather if it was just a block. So the discussion leads to nowhere because there isn't a goal that anyone that you can settle on, that you're trying to reach. Someone else is trying to get their questions asked. That gives an out to the opposition, and they're not answering the things, and it's harder to. For instance, like I've seen a guy had a pretty cool goal, pretty clear goal of reducing somebody's view to absurdity, where we know that we can't go any further because it's already goofed enough, and now that a bunch of people are trying to ask a bunch of questions that really don't lead to much, and no one's moderating to let someone take over for a little while or get their dialogue tree finished. It's just spinning wheels in the mud, and it's frustrating for everyone involved. So, that would be it for today. Thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed and hopefully we will see each other in something I play for you for free. In the meantime, of course, interact with this video and every other video on my channel, preferably by watching and sharing it with your friends. Check out the RGB rave around the like and subscribe button, and if you don't like the content, it's entirely your fault.